So I just want to make this little short clip. I know this episode ends off abruptly. Um, when recording, I didn't realize nothing much happened because my computer made sound, thankfully. But what happened was like I was recording and I ran out of storage space, so it just stopped. And my computer made the whole error sound like you don't have enough storage space for this. And I was like, what was that sound? Blah blah blah. And then I realized basically less than a minute afterwards. So this episode just cuts off. The next episode happens. So just to keep that. Also, I just want to say life happened, so I forgot to upload it last weekend. So double upload this weekend. That's about it. Sorry for the whole mishap. Hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 5 of the Halo D&D.
Hey.
How the
And
fuck are you still watching?
I'm here with Ash, Kevin, Rio, and Jeremy.
If you've made it this far, comment.
Congratulations.
If you made it to episode 5, what are you doing?
Explosion.
I mean, thanks, but at the same
What
time,
are you
like,
doing with your life?
yeah, I don't think we're that fun. This episode we're going to prioritize being more descriptive because these last 4 episodes we weren't. And by we, I mean the royal we, as myself. Because, I'm a bad DM.
Fine.
So,
We all
No, you
I
aren't.
want to talk to you later after this.
You need to
so yeah,
more.
we made it again.
I know this.
Let's get to this.
I only have one DM note, and that is this first combat has been the longest one. It should be relatively short today, because we're gonna get through some more story, hopefully get to the second part of the mission, and after that we'll be set to go. So let's get this started. Welcome to episode 5. What are you doing here, man?
Wait, who's doing it? What?
Oh, that's a good title.
What are you doing here, man? So we last left off on fucking Cassidy scaring the shit out of grunts by beating each other up with So basically, Cassidy was picking up a grunt and just beating other grunts with that said grunt. Killed one grunt by that, not by the one that Cassidy was holding. So that's saying something. They were screaming fear, regret, and what was the last one? Confusion.
Pain.
What is it?
Um, Rio was also known as Darkthorn, was chasing down some grunts. Got shot at by Elite that is almost dead. Maxwell, which is Kevin, is currently looking for the invisible elite or going after. That's where he last left off on, and then he's currently kind of given up on that, but he's checking other areas as well. So
I wonder if anyone's gonna animate this. If they do, wow.
yeah. Then Severus, did I pronounce that correct?
They'll probably
Severus?
just animate. the
Yeah, it's Severus
moments.
Amir.
Severus Amir is currently looking for said invisible one, which is taking him all the way back to the first room they had combat in, which is
I think
currently
I'm going the
blown
wrong
to
way.
hell. Yeah. The tracks that you found led this way, but you don't know if this is the correct way. And then the Marines captured, with the help of Cassie, captured one elite that was able to speak English, mainly because he gave up because he just saw her kill 2 hunters, which honestly would have been terrifying for him not see what was happening before.
Hold
So
on.
he kind of
Don't
just
you mean we
surrendered.
killed a group of hunters?
You guys killed 2 hunters.
There were only. I seem to remember when you first introduced them. I mean, you said that there were 2, but it's multiple of them, like the
No,
grunts.
okay.
Are,
So grunts, the only ones that apply to that is grunts and elites. Grunts are in groups of 3, elites come in groups of 2, unless if they're a special elite like the ones you guys captured, which is a 1.
All of the
Hunters-
elites so far we've only done as one.
Was it? Oh yeah, my bad. No, that's right. Elites are not swarm. Elites are 1. So far, the only swarm enemy where it's 1 picture for multiple is the grunts. That's right. Thank you, Ash.
And the Marines.
And Marines. Marines are 3. Grunts are 3. And then hunters, they were fighting against 2, but there was 2 pictures. So
Yeah, we managed to kill them, Rio, so they're not a threat anymore.
yeah, the reason
Just making
why
sure.
the stronger an enemy is, the more likely it's going to come in less quantity. So grunts on the one hand are
I'll
weak
challenge
and
things.
come in groups of 3 on this battle map, while hunters are really strong, come in groups of 1, unless if you come across 2, because usually they come in pairs.
They
So,
come in pairs, but they're 2 individual units on the map,
yes.
meaning they can split off if they so chose.
If they so
Not that they
chose,
would.
not that they would, but sometimes there is benefit for them splitting up.
So, who's going first?
So we last left off on, oh gosh, who was it?
Mom
So
said that she wants to
the
call us and
grunts we
open
left
the
off
door.
on trying to escape
The other
Cassie's
one.
grip, which was horrible because they actually had a good chance. And then Cassie was like, "I'm sorry, were you trying to do something?" Because the grunts rolled a 2, Cassie rolled a 6, and that's probably the highest they'll ever roll, trying to see if they will ever get free. So they'll probably die by the time they get free. So other than that, there's gonna be some movements in the background for the grunts because relatively they're running after seeing Cassie take down some grunts. They're just not worth it. They're just like, this is not worth it. We're gonna go hide. And then that's basically all the grunts are gonna do is they just run. Most of the movement is off camera because there's no one having eyes on them, so I can skip describing that part. But basically, for the viewers, all that was happening was grunts were running down hallways, peeking around corners, making sure that they stay hidden.
Okay.
Then it's Kevin's turn.
Cool.
Okay, quick
Um,
question, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the hallway right now,
Yes.
like the one I'm, is his back turned? Yeah, that one.
No, because there's 3 of them. One might have their back turned, but there's always one looking behind them.
That's fine with me. I'm gonna let no. I'm talking about the one closest to me in the hallway. Is he running, not looking behind him?
Again, there's 3. The singular one in the hallway. There's 3 for that picture. 1 may be looking away, 2 may be looking away, but there's always one looking back.
Well,
This one is probably 3 as well, right?
Whichever one's looking away that's closest to me, I'm executing its ass.
Well, you're gonna have advantage because the other 2 aren't gonna be able to react in time. So.
Yeah, what do I need to roll?
Whatever you're rolling to kill him, you just get to roll it twice to see if it hits, and then afterwards damage is a different thing.
Oh yeah, I know. 1, 2.
They hit no matter what. The chances of you hitting were basically you'd have to get a 1 to fail because even a 0 would hit because there's no cover.
Why is the first one hitting him in the dick?
It's the dick or the forearm, man. You get to choose. Okay, so since
Both
this
of
is the
them in
hitting,
its nuts.
how many times? Okay, wait, hold on. You don't get to roll 2 damages straight away. Let me quickly check out what the plasma repeater is. So the plasma repeater, it has 3 types of rate of fire. Typically 25 is the normal fire. If you choose to do 50, you're doing damage and a half. So basically it would take your damage and times it by 1.5.
I shot it twice. I'm just gonna do normal damage.
Alrighty. Well, you can't shoot twice. You can only shoot once right now. Because this is a sneak attack, so you only get that 1 attack. You only got advantage. So it would be the first one that you roll.
I don't think it matters. The damage, just look at it.
Yeah, I can see the damage.
80 damage.
80.
Sorry, not 80.
No, that's not 80.
More than 80.
I don't think that's
more than 80.
Well, no, he doesn't get that second damage. He only gets the 39 plus 15.
Oh.
That's the confusing part. So you only got 4. So yeah. So you execute with guarantee one of them. So there's that. One of them's just
I look at
dead.
I look at the other 2 after shooting at him in the nuts. It's like, come here, pretty boys. Nuts.
Then they're gonna run a pathetic amount compared to you. That's all they can run. They run like 10 feet. So what happens is
the grunts don't get to run.
So what happens is Maxwell looks around the corner, sees them like looking away. There's only one looking at him, but by the time he gets there, it's kind of like it's the equivalent of like a flash step anime style, but like you're right in front of this grunt. It's just like it's going from looking down this hallway, and then all of a sudden you're in front of him, and he just slowly looks up, and the gun's just pointing at him. He's like, "Hey there, buddy." Shoots him. He dies immediately. The other two grunts turn around, see this behemoth right in front of them, and they book it about like 10 feet.
A measly 10 feet.
A measly 10 feet because they were tired already.
I will say. Oh, by the
Oh,
way,
dear, I
will
wonder.
say, I look at both of them. It's like, huh, my gun's low.
Right, you do have one more attack, so you know.
I will say, the one I just shot, did it drop its gun by chance?
It didn't because it blew up. I've
that's fine.
made
I
a
can
theme
use
for
my
the
best.
grunts where their weapons blow up if they die.
Well, that
That's
actually
fair.
makes sense.
No, that's fine. I can
Yeah.
resort to barehanded combat.
Oh, go on. Roll that attack.
Well, okay.
Hit.
Chest, no organ hit. How do you not hit something's organ when you shoot it?
Well, basically, you would just like hit like you. There's a lot of empty spaces when it comes to organs. Like when it's kind of like okay. So put it in a heat map. The center is like completely red, and then out from there it's like a gradient to the blue. And if you hit towards the sides, you're more likely to try to wing them, which doesn't hit an organ. There are some spaces on the sides, especially for grunts. I'm not sure what the anatomy is, but I'm willing to bet they have some places that you can hit in the chest that don't have an organ.
Okay, that's fine. And since this is my last shot anyway, I'm going to use all 30 of the bullets. I don't care if it blows up because that's not going to be in my hand.
Well, it doesn't blow up. It's just going to do whatever damage you do times 0.15.
Coolio.
So roll that damage. And then here's a little neat trick for anyone who's watching. If you do parentheses, you can do this little neat trick, and it tells you the exact damage. Hey, did 69 damage. Nice.
69.
A nice sweet 69. Which is actually really
This
funny
run.
because what's going to happen is that's going to lower them a good bit.
And then there's only one grunt left.
Like, and then yep, there's only one left. So they turn around and they just like their eyes wide and they're just like, oh no, and you shoot them right in the chest, blowing their like the container off their back, sending him flying, hitting into the wall. Just he's fucking dead. For the no organ hit, I'm just gonna say you hit the gas tank on their back. So that's
when
like
that
the
starts happening, I'm sorry. When that starts happening, I start laughing my ass off uncontrollably. It's like, oh,
and then
can
after that, they're gonna run another. This last one's gonna run another 10 measly feet.
I'm guessing that's my turn.
Yeah, that's your turn. So
Okay.
it goes over to
Jeremy, beat
the
up that
elite.
grunt well.
I need to open my elites. Oops. Oopsies. Where's my elite? Oh, there it is. Okay. So the elite that's up here next to Rio is going to. How much can he move? Let's see here. This elite can move up to a good bit. 1, 2, 3.
You're probably gonna run into Jeremy or Kevin.
Okay, so what it's going to do, this elite is very wounded. He's going to run over here. He peeks in. He just sees Cassie. Like he runs. So okay, he's in the back engines. He sees Rio. He's terrorizing. He's basically doing the equivalent of terrorizing these little grunt group. And he's like, well, I'm not going to screw with that. He runs down the main hallway, and then on his left, he looks into a room, and he just sees Cassie mercilessly beating a grunt with another grunt. And he's like, got it. I'm
I do want to say, I like tilt my head through the visor. You can see like a red glow looking in. Mind you, my suit is
like
still
picking-
covered in the blood of hunters, elites, and grunts at this
Yeah,
point.
you're covered in so much
I am just
different alien
drenched in
blood. So he peeks around, and you're beating this grunt with another grunt, and you slowly turn your head over. He ducks behind. For you, you just see motion. You don't know what it is, but you know there's someone there, Jeremy. Um, and he's going to do a neat little thing, and he's going to disappear.
I use a reaction to throw the grunt.
Fucking
I am
invisible
holding-
one.
Can I use my reaction to throw the grunt out the door?
You could if you want
Just
to.
shout the grunt.
I'm going to have you
That's
roll
my goal.
let's see here. Oh god. I'll just for sake, 'cause I'm not fully familiar with how degrees of success works. Like I know how it works, but when it comes to rolling it, I don't know. So just roll your punch. We'll do that. Roll your punch, and then we'll do the damage of whatever the grunt damage was. Let me go back while you do that. That's right, with a 46. So if it hits, you have to roll 46. Yeah, you hit him.
Oh my god!
You hit him.
46.
Yeah, you hit him. Roll a 46. This might be.
You got him right in the foot.
Hey, Jeremy.
15 grunt damage to his face.
You see someone peek, and like instead of going like back around the corner, they just like fade away. Kind of like the invisible when you go invisible in Halo. It just like that happens. And you see a little bit of blur, and by a little bit I mean like enough to see the outline. You just full on ninja star throw this grunt, hitting him right in the head. How do you want to kill him?
Mind you, this is a grunt that's still alive. Does the grunt die on impact? I need to know.
The grunt. Okay, so you definitely
The
kill
grunt is
the elite.
alive.
I will tell you this much: you
Like,
killed the elite with a grunt. Just for sake of clarity, I'm gonna say you kill this grunt as well. Which will, because like what I'm gonna say is you throw this grunt, and the back of the thing pierces into into the elite, and then it blows up, and you just see the elite and grunt dead.
Guys, why
and then
can I
in the
just
back of
see
your
that
head,
specific part being animated?
and in the back of your helmet, you just hear double kill.
Well, just looking, it's just awkward drop.
Then you just see the grunt like right behind you. Tiptoe. He just starts tiptoeing away. You snap your head and you're like, "Where are you going?" And then the last thing
I'm not done yet,
last thing that is said is a scream, and then it cuts over to Rio.
No, it'd be way better. The snapping of the neck looks at him. To be continued.
Just to be continued. And then it goes over to Rio.
That or the "we'll be right back." One of the two. That fits so much better.
I feel like the "will be right back." So like you snap your neck and it's just like, "We'll be right back, everybody."
But it just flashes over to the grunt's face, which is full of terror.
Yeah. And now it's your turn, Rio.
Grab the grunt.
Make a strength check first. There's a good chance they might still lose. That's the sad thing. Yeah, that's the funny thing, Rio. You rolled a -1, they still might lose. Nope, they succeed. The one time these grunts succeed is when it's not Kasky.
I'm just a bad omen.
Yeah,
Grunts are basically just weapons for me. They're not even a threat.
Jeremy runs out of ammo, looks over. Oh, another weapon. Picks up a grunt. Just manhandles a grunt.
After grunt gets away, I'm just gonna be like, "Alright, I'm done with this." And I punch it directly in the face.
Roll damage. So you don't. You might actually kill one. So I don't think you kill. No, yeah, you don't kill one straight off the bat. So it's still alive. It's just bloody to hell. You still have another attack though, so you might end up killing him. Yeah, you hit, and then you kill him. You kill him.
I just immediately zip over and I'm like, "I'm not done yet, boy."
So like you pick him up, you punch him. His face starts bleeding. You punch him again, and this time you punch him so hard he slips out of your hands, and he hits someone right behind him that was still on the ground, and that guy is just almost dead now. These grunts
I
are just.
snap my
These guys are.
head snaps
These are my,
over, and I'm just like.
I put them here as they're supposed to be like background guns being shot at, so it's like, oh, okay, grunts are relatively weak, but like if put in a bad position, they're really strong because you can be swarmed by them, or have like the needler, or just grenades. But now they're just slowly turning into punching bags or weapons for the Spartans. So there's
I'm gonna use
that.
the next one as nunchucks.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna rip him in half just with a fucking nunchucks.
This next one I'm gonna punt.
You can't because
Yeah,
that's
on
you
my
did your
next
two
turn.
attack. Yeah, on your next turn you can. Um, rest in peace. These grunts won't be missed. It's Ash's turn now.
Finally, my turn.
Well, to be continued. See you guys on episode 6.
Oh!
It's just confirmed. Every time it gets to your turn, it's just gonna be the next episode.
Yeah, no, it will be the next episode by the time we get to my turn again.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
This is a running
Probably.
gag for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be the fucking running gag for this series. It's just, oh, it's Ash's turn. To be continued.
Once I'm not the dumbass. I'm the home murder hobo.
What?
Yep.
Okay,
Jeremy has
so
murder people. I don't.
can you search this room?
Go ahead. You can
Perception on this room?
So instead of perception, since you're searching a room, it's investigation. You can do perception,
did
but
I already-
that means you just walk into the room and you just glance around and then you see if there's anything there. Investigation means you actively go and look around the entire room.
Did I already investigate this room though?
I don't think so. Let me go roll back. Let me
'Cause I
go
know I have-
check.
I did investigation, but I don't know.
You did 2 investigation checks, but I know one was for that big room you guys started in, and I think the next one was to see where he possibly went, and then no, that's right. So you were led down to this room. You have not gotten there yet, but you did start heading down to that room.
Can I investigate this room then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pull up my character sheet and find it.
Investigation is one of the skill sets, so it's not a main
I
core.
know it is.
Just want to make sure.
I'm just remembering how to roll it. There we go.
There you go. So you get in this room, you check around everywhere, even the under bit, because this is the very first room where you guys had combat in. So you know you
Yeah.
can go beneath the floor and then crawl through there. You check there, you see nothing. You check on top, you see nothing. You check any possible hiding spots, you don't see anything. You even check that room off to, like, this little sleeping area off to your room. Not room, off to the side in this hallway. You don't see anything, though. Nothing moving, nothing still. So you know he's not in
No
that.
shimmering in my.
No, there's nothing
visor.
there. Nothing that you guys can see that would be relative to a smudge.
Alrighty. Can I go up to the bigger room? I think my walking is.
You're out of combat, so you have free movement.
Oh, I have free movement?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move up here and I want to investigate
Okay,
these 2 rooms.
so you leave the first place you had combat. You go across the main hallway, past like almost like 200 Marines guarding this one elite.
I'm like, excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, so you exit the
Let me
hallway.
through,
It's just like
please.
it's like a rave. There's just like it's almost shoulder to shoulder to the hallway of Marines, and in the center you just see one elite. He's just standing there patiently, sweating. It's like, why is
And
there
I'm
so
like,
many?
This is a bit overkill, people. Get
The-
this guy into the rig. Let's go.
The Marines, as like if they were a hive mind, look over you and say, "No, this is perfectly normal. Continue."
Oh, I look at the Marines
Poor
as I'm
elite, man,
continuing,
that
and I
poor
say,
elite.
put this guy in a prison so that we can
What
interrogate
do you
him
mean,
later.
poor elite? He's one of the
Put me
ones that
through
survived
now.
me. That's more than enough.
Yeah.
Survived me. Therefore, he is perfectly fine.
So after you tell them to go put him in a prison cell, they all start slowly going into the hallways and dispersing. You show up like a police officer, like, "Woo! This is an illegal gathering. Please move away."
Suddenly disappears.
Yeah.
3 of them
Section.
crawl into the vent for some reason.
Some just get on the floor, start crawling through vents. Um.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But so I'll allow you to check this
Finally make
room
it
that's
through the
north.
throng of people.
Yeah, you finally make it through the like the ocean of people. Some are wounded, some are like bleeding, some are just like they're like you can tell they were shot at, but they're fine.
It's just like it's just the sandwich version because I realized I have
Okay.
cream of celery soup.
One second, be right back. A dog wants out.
Okay.
Like spaghetti sauce on piece of meat or the bread.
Pause this episode.
Okay, I'm back. So after you get to the northern room, you can go and go check that room if you want.
Investigate those rooms.
Yes, this would end your turn, just a heads up. So
Yeah, that's true.
so you get into this room, you start checking. The only thing you can find is dead bodies. Like you check beneath, like just like your first battle room, you find out there's an underground that you can go, like not really an underground, and under the like under the floor, you crawl beneath there, you don't see anything. You check every possible hiding spot. You even check the bodies to make sure that they're actually dead. They're dead. There's no one in there. The only living person there is
On
you.
the bodies.
Hang on, Gabe. Is it the room that Kevin was left alone in?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
you don't want to go in there.
that was the previous room that Ash searched.
Oh.
Oh wait, yeah. Hold on. Let me describe that scene
find
because
anything?
Kevin was the last one to leave that room, so nobody knows what that room is left. So Ash, I want to rewind time a bit. When you were first checking that first room, you walked in, and then towards the like furthest wall, you just see a giant like what looked like a giant explosion. There's like this smudge, uh, all over the wall. You just see it looked like it was blown to hell. It's surprising it didn't go through the metal and to space. It's like that's how bad it is. So
Yeah, Ash, you're the only Spartan on the team that ever found out about that room.
Ash, why'd you
On
turn
your
your
own.
character
Lucky
upside-
me.
Why'd you turn your character upside down?
I don't know how to change it back. It was an accident.
I fixed it. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I just look over and I'm like, why is Ash's picture different? I zoom in. It's like, oh, it's not different. It's just upside down.
I don't know how that happened. Don't ask me.
I don't know either.
Now she's on the roof.
Yeah, you start climbing on the roof to check this one. So that's the end of your turn, and that's the end of episode. So that way, Ash is the to be continued. I'm joking now. This has only been 30 minutes long. Not long enough. It's actually 27 minutes long.
Oh well.
Okay, after that it is Jeremy's
That's
turn.
why.
So after
Yay,
Ash is
I'm not
done
being
checking,
sick.
so it goes from Ash checking the entire room, it slowly starts to zoom out, and then you just hear faint screams. The camera quickly does like an action camera, like it zooms out of that hallway, turns down, and it kind of does like the sudden jumps forward, like a cut, goes over to Jeremy's room, and it just sees the grunt screaming while Jeremy's like mercilessly beating it alive.
With another grunt.
No, there's only one
Oh.
grunt.
Just
This time,
hands.
oh, we're back.
It's just throwing hands now.
Yeah, you're just
Actually,
throwing
you
hands.
know what? No. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm
Oh,
going to
God.
grab this grunt.
Strength check first.
Oh boy.
They got 3,
Oh.
Jeremy! They got 3! Oh god.
Never mind.
It's like they got a chance. Rolls a critical success. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna go
going
put
to
away some
pick
dishes.
him up by his leg
Oh god.
and fling him into a wall as hard as I can.
You're gonna throw him into a wall as hard as you can?
Yeah, across the hall.
Okay.
Preferably.
So basically, you pick him up by the legs, and you start to do the motion like for Hulk with Loki and Avengers, where you start to look like you're about to slam him, but you let go a little bit sooner. He goes out the door. Rio, while you're like, it goes over to Rio. It's like a POV from the grunts that Rio's next to. They just see a grunt go flying across the hallway like a ninja star, and they just hear the screaming, just like ah!
And then
I like how it actually
wherever,
went out of voice, like, ah.
Yeah.
wherever it goes, I am going to full sprint towards it and flying knee as I pile drive it even further into a wall.
So what happens is
Jay, please tell me it didn't go down my hallway.
no, because Jeremy threw it in the
Okay.
exact opposite room, which is where the elite initially went. So Jeremy's running over elite and a grunt dead body.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
I'm gonna do from the grunt's perspective. It hits the wall, taking an initial like I'm just say enough damage.
Just
So
roll like
Jeremy.
a D6 or something.
No, I'm
of,
just
like,
gonna say
falling.
it takes a 15. It takes 15 damage.
Oh,
So-
wait, Gabe, I just realized something.
Hmm.
From where I'm at, I would probably notice it's the grunt flying, and I'm just like, huh? What's
You're back-
that?
you're
and then I
back.
just see
You're-
Cass go flying past.
Actually,
That's full
here.
on going into a knee.
I know exactly what to do. So when you were punching that grunt, you hit him into the other one, and you just hear something go behind you. You turn around, and for like this would have been the initial when Jeremy threw the grunt at the elite, and you just see a elite fall over. A grunt come flying out a second time with it screaming, and you're like, what the hell is happening over there? You just see Cassie hauling ass across the hallway, basically doing the equivalent of get back here.
It's like blood slowly peeling off from the speed I'm running.
At the speed you're running, it's not slowly peeling off. It's like a car covered in snow on the highway going like 80 miles an hour. It's coming off you, leaving this like trail of a
Leaving a
misty blood
trail.
behind. And
Splash.
you like I'm just say for Rio, you just see Cassie before she enters the room, she jumps and like rears back a fist and then goes flying into the room to where the rest is unknown to you.
Do I at least hear the thud?
Oh yeah, you're gonna
You're
hear
loud.
something. Jeremy, you have 2 attacks. You're
Yay!
basically
Gonna
going to
be
be guaranteed to
distracted,
kill this guy because
so-
he's so weak. Hit, hit, with even extra unnecessary.
Damage. Oh, we got another thigh!
Oh god, no, it's another left. This one's left though. Yeah. So Jeremy, so you run into this room, you jump, and then you start like you basically pile drive him into the console against the wall, and then you see he's still alive. He starts to move, and you're like, "It lives!" And you punch him right in the chest. Fucking basically, you're doing the equivalent of what Earbart Thon, except without speed, just force. And you just shove it right through the chest, and it goes straight through, leaving a hole. And
all
he's
my
dead.
character would say all my character says after that, Covenant scum. Marches out of the room.
Yeah. And then Rio, you come out. You're still looking over. You see Cassie come out. One hand just covered in blood from this grunt that was just like basically impaled, like got fucking pierced by the fist. And it's just whatever Jeremy does next, because you have movement still.
Would I see the grunt? Like, if I looked, would I have just seen the grunts that Rio's after?
You can see the grunts Rio's at. Yeah, that's about all.
Okay. Yeah.
Enemy-wise,
then I
that's all
would
you can
just.
see. You can also see this would be at the same time where Ash is telling the Marines to disperse. So if you look over to your right, you see all the ocean of Marines slowly fading in.
Do I see the elite?
Yeah, you see the ocean of Marines, and it's like a Where's
do
Waldo
see
page.
your
There is an elite there, but you have to find him.
So
I
I'm just
found him
I
already.
point fingers to my eyes and 2 fingers in that direction. It doesn't matter if he sees it or not. It's purely the fact of if he does, he is going to shit himself.
it does like so it's from your perspective. It's like a whole anime. It's just like tons of Marines, and then you just see one unproportional art style Marine, very simplistic, with like the sweat, just like hey.
At that point, after I do that, I am going to go over, grab that elite body that is on the floor,
Yep, you can do that.
lift it, and I am going to shuriken it towards the grunts that are with Rio.
First of all,
I'm
roll. Okay, this one
gonna
I'm gonna have to make you.
wait.
This one's gonna have a high strength check because he's heavy.
I can carry a lot.
I
How
know you
much
can
does
carry a
does
lot, but your throwing is the problem. So you're gonna need to
Even though
roll
the grunt next to me or behind that console, I'm still somewhat in front of it, so
I
because
think I made it with the strength.
oh god, yeah. So Jeremy, roll a what is it? 5d8. 5d8 elite damage. And you do hit the grunts and not Jeremy, or not Rio. 27 damage.
If it
Uh,
kills one of them, I want the foot to just stick through one of their skulls
I will tell you
and
this
pin
much.
it to their
There's only
wall.
one left. He does not die.
Okay, well then it's just gonna fucking fly in, kick him across the face, and then like stick into the wall.
The grunt just looks behind Rio and is like, "What the hell? Why is there an elite kicking?" Sees you, like, just like with
Like
anger,
the
like you're
fucking
just like in the motion where you're done throwing it, but you're kind of like
flagon.
just heavily breathing after throwing it, and he's just like,
One red eye. Oh wait,
yeah,
no. Have you seen that gif where it's Gojo after he's dealt with like all those other cursed spirits and he's
I
just
have not,
breathing and his eyes glowing?
I have not.
I can send it more than likely in the D&D thing, but people probably would know what I'm referring to.
If they've only seen Jujutsu
yeah,
Kaisen, then yeah, they're gonna know.
by the
Um,
way, after
Oh,
that I
done.
just wave you over to finish off the last group of grunts.
Here, this. There we go. I sent it.
oh, okay, then,
That.
yeah.
The eye
I'm
slowly
gonna go get
lifts up
myself some
and looks
dinner.
at that elite, that little grunt.
um, so yeah, this grunt is almost dead.
Scum.
Yeah, if you guys, once again, if you guys zoom in on the house, it's there, but slightly.
I can see it. Yes, I zoomed in. It blends in so well with the fucking
It does. It's not even on.
map.
So okay, for everyone who's not seeing this, which is basically any viewers who are ever going to watch this, the background for the tiles is white and the health bar is green.
White and like a grayish thing.
Like
It's
a
like a grayish line that it's on because of the
yeah,
tiles.
yeah,
Like a
because of the
dark
tile, like
grayish.
yeah, it's like it's supposed to be it's like tiled, but it's also mainly just for D&D combat movement. So there's lines going across everywhere to make it squares. And it perfectly lines up. So if you're zoomed all the way out, you can't see it. But well, I mean, you can, but it's really hard to. But if you zoom in, you can just see this like tiny green oval, and you're just like, he's still alive.
Barely. If
Barely,
I
but
did like
he's
if
alive.
I got one other crit on that roll, I would have killed it. I'm pretty
Actually,
sure.
hold on, let me see here. He's at that much health. You could have killed him. You wouldn't need a lot more damage, but you could have killed him. So, and by a lot, I mean not that much, but a good portion. Um,
I do see Rio, and I'm just like, and that piece of shit. Just
duly
kill
noted.
it for the
Cassie,
love of God.
duly noted. Cassie just hates the Covenant with everything in her might.
Yes.
So, um, it is going to go over from that to the grunt's turn. Then, these grunts are gonna do the best thing they can and fucking run.
And fucking run.
Let me quickly see. What are their
Ah,
movements?
gee, I wonder why they're wanting to run so much. Not like they have two of the most violently brutal characters here after them. And
No,
then the
not at
fucking
all.
demolitions expert.
Hey, I'm back. Got myself some food.
All
So-
you missed was Cassie told you to kill that fucking grunt.
Yeah. Which then, since it's their turn, they booked it. Yeah. So the grunts are basically moving to their limit.
I just simply give a nod.
So what's happening is those grunts run. They go and hide somewhere. Rio, you can easily find them because you saw where they went. Jeremy, after you threw that elite, you see them run, and just as they leave your line of sight, a new swarm of grunts enter your line of sight, and they just look at you, and you're like, no.
I am grabbing grunts and using them as weapons.
The grunts just you hear them in whatever their language would be, Gruntian. They say the equivalent of no, no, please have mercy.
I'll have to keep like looking back at me.
And there's just a
Hey.
bloody, suited person walking towards them menacingly.
We're outside,
The funny thing is these grunts are surrounded by if you okay, so Jeremy, Kevin, and Rio can all see. So in the way this is put on the map, there's a perfectly healthy amount of grunts. They're at max health. Kevin can see them. Jeremy can see them. Rio can see them. The only person that can't see this group is Ash off on the other side of the map, which is fine. Because two of these people are violent and will kill them in probably a single turn.
I'm going for the bigger picture and trying to get the thing that could really harm us.
Yeah.
These poor grunts.
These poor grunts. They're
I'm-
surrounded by
and
fucking
I'm going-
green.
And I'm going after my own.
Yeah. So it's now no longer the grunts' turn because they all sprint, which means they have no attacks. So it's Kevin's turn.
I'm gonna say to the grunts before Kevin does anything. The only thing I'm gonna say is, you have 10 seconds.
You say you have 10 seconds. It pans over to the grunts, and for one whole second, they're standing there. The next second, it's like a whole clip show. Still to chaos. They're like, run!
Yeah.
They just throw their weapons. They don't hold on to them. They just throw them and they start running.
Hang on, Jeremy. I heard. Did I hear this?
Yes,
Can
you
I-
did hear it. You have no
I just
context of
yell
it.
out to the grunts. I will promise you this. I yell to the grunts down the hallway. It's like, sorry guys, you only got 5 seconds.
If they stop. Like they're still like in their chaotic motions, hands up and everything, but they just stop. And then they proceed to
No,
go
the reason
into
I-
another whole split second of chaos where they all three split up.
Oh, by the way, I already ran. But Jeremy, or not Gabe, I
Yes.
yelled it to the ones I'm hunting down. Oh, by the way, that last grunt is now a human shield.
So these grunts did split up, so their health is evenly divided, but each one of these grunts with little health is just one singular grunt.
So
Kevin
everyone in this
Kevin
room
may
is
have
just one grunt?
Kevin may have been talking to a different pair of grunts, but this group in particular heard him and thought he was talking to them. So they all just like a Minecraft slime split up and run.
Hey,
But Jeremy, I'm
we
taking
got a
one
double
more-
intimidation on them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that did. Roll the strength check.
Oh god, these guys are gonna. Let's hope.
No, they're fucked.
They're
They're
fucked.
fucked.
You rolled a 7. It doesn't even matter what they rolled. Even if they rolled a crit, I doubt that could win.
Hey, hey,
fucked.
Jeremy, I'm
They're
taking
just
a page out of your book and using the enemy as the weapon.
Yeah, so you pick up the singular grunt. What are you doing with him?
Hey, quick question. Does he have grenades on him?
No. Actually, wait, hold on. This one in
Aw.
particular. Wait, no, this one does. This one does. He has a singular plasma grenade.
Hey, guess how? Hey, are those two grunt groups close enough to each other for an explosion?
So if you were to throw him at the bottom one here, no. If you throw him at the top one, you can't see this one, so no.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
This
taking
thing,
the
this
plasma
thing does cover
grenade.
them, so.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm taking the plasma grenade, stuffing it in the grunts. Actually, I'm gonna do something fucked up here, and I think I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Oh
I'm
god.
ripping the face mask off the grunt that lets it breathe. and then stuffing a active plasma grenade where that was supposed to be, and we're gonna chuck the plasma grenade grunt at the group of grunts.
So, okay, this is what happens. You pick this grunt up by the neck, and he's like putting his arms against it, trying to fight off. It's not doing anything, Kevin. It feels like a couple of butterflies landing on your arms. And he's fighting. You reach over, you rip this mask off. He starts dying immediately. Like he's trying to breathe because he's suffocating. You pull out
Y'all be committing war crimes.
you take this plasma grenade, shove it in his mouth, activating it. It starts glowing, and you just see you just see a singular tear come down. You throw him at this group, and I'm gonna roll just. You hit them. I'm rolling damage. Also roll a 3d6.
Roll a 3d6. Got it.
That's for the initial grunt hitting, because once it hits them, yeah. So, yeah, you just straight up kill one of the grunts. Not the one that you picked up. The one you picked up was dead to begin with. You kill one from the other group.
And I'm guessing that entire group is just gone.
No, do you know what happens? They split up.
No. And by the way, just as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my last bit of movement to cover their escape.
Oh,
No.
Oh.
You're not locked in there with them. They're locked in there with you.
Water isn't wet.
Oh, the funny thing is, there's 5 grunts here. They could, if they had enough courage, they could probably do a good amount of damage to you. But the thing is, they're too terrified. They're too terrified to even think of it.
There were grunts that were actually not terrified? Oh.
So it's gonna go to that one invisible elite. He's gonna be moving.
You fucking heathen! Listen to her, man.
Does this mean I get the rank called war criminal?
No, you get the rank called you owe the U.S. government so much money to the point where it's an expense to have you on the battlefield.
But you can't deny I'm effective.
You're effective, yes, but Jeremy's effective and cheaper. When they pay you, okay, who has the background noise? Jeremy.
I know.
Can you like,
This video is
every
fucking
single
hilarious.
Can you turn it down or something, please?
On Gabe,
Thank
for
you.
my other attack, it is Overwatch basically, because I will stand there. If one of them gets close enough to me, I'm ripping him in half.
The poor Marines watching from the cameras.
There's just 2 Marines on cameras, and they're just eating popcorn. It's like a horror movie. They're eating popcorn, and every now and then they jump out of fear, and they just start eating more.
The few people who got to survive and watch us work.
Stress eating. Being taken to a whole new level through fear.
Yeah. Alrighty. So it's now gonna go over. The elite did his turn. It's now gonna go over to Rio's turn. Rio, what are you doing, man?
Oh my god!
I'm gonna
his
appear
arms and speak
right.
to him. Fucking hatred from Casey.
I'm here, right here behind the grunt, and I'm gonna roll an intimidation.
You don't need to. He's automatically afraid. You succeed. Let me tell you this, Rio. You want to roll intimidation? You succeed. Don't even roll it. You just succeed.
And I'm just like, you ain't getting away this time. It's hunting season.
Rax 12 gauge shotgun. You hit. And Rio, how do you want to kill this guy?
I'm gonna kill it by hitting it accidentally in the gas tank.
So you full on just shoot it, and you shoot right through its body into its gas tank, causing it to blow up, sending the grunt flying to you. And just for spice, you also, when it comes flying to you, you just slam it right into the ground, and you continue on your life.
I'm gonna pop out here, turn, and then I'm gonna rush the grunt down here.
Go on, you have another attack. Hit. And you almost kill him. You do half his health. Well, there goes that turn. So you come around the corner after killing this grunt, and you look around. You just you start seeing this one grunt. He's split off from the other two. He's running. He looks over. He sees you. He just looks at you. You look at him. He looks at you. And it just goes to hey there, BAM!
Nah, it's just like I look at him, and then it's just that the little near piano noises.
She looks at me, and I look at him, and he looks at
No, the
me,
piano horn
and I look
noise
at
when I'm
him.
fucking walking. And it's just me walking towards that grunt.
Yeah, it's no longer your turn because it's gonna go over to Ash.
My final spot is gonna be right here.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
thank you for helping break. Thank you for breaking all the murderous tension.
Ash is Ash didn't sign up for it, but you're the medic and the moral compass of the group. Actually, no, fuck it. There is no compass. There is no compass.
Oh wait.
You know me, Gabe. There is no compass.
Yeah, there is no compass.
No. See, when it
It's
comes to the
to be
Covenant, there's no
continued.
compass. When it's the Covenant, there's no compass. But in every other aspect, we're relatively decent humans.
What do you mean every other aspect? There has no been another aspect yet. This is still the first combat you guys been in.
I think I'm still the calmest one here.
So far,
For sure, anybody is more calm than Casey. Doesn't matter who you are, you're more calm than Casey.
I'm not the one committing war crimes.
Hey, it's fun. You should try. Come on,
No, you'll see me do it at a later date. Just let me find that invisible elite.
oh
But
gosh.
Dave, I have to talk to the commanders directly about what I've done.
At
Maybe.
least I'm an effective unit.
I'm just gonna just to kind of
Chance
speed this
to-
up. I am
No.
going to get rid of some because I'm just going to say they escape. That's all. So some of the troops are going to
Yeah, no.
disappear.
No, Gabe.
I'm sorry, mine are not escaping.
You
Continue.
think
You're
Ash.
actually
aware that-
any of them escape?
Where all of us are sitting in chairs
You-
being yelled at by the commanders for the war crimes they committed.
Meanwhile,
Hey,
Ash
it's not
toiling
war
her-
crimes. It's not
It's
war
like-
crimes if you don't use any horrible tactic. If you're just using resources, that's
You're
all that-
using the grunts as human shields and as
That's
weapons against
resourceful.
other grunts.
resourceful
wait,
and
hey,
is
hey.
minimal damage to everything else.
So far, the only
See,
person who's
I'm the
actually
one-
truly committed a war crime, really, realistically, is Kevin, because Kevin has done this twice now. He has taken explosive, whether if it was a grenade or fuel rod ammo, and shoved it in the alien's mouth and proceeded to make sure it blew up in one way or another.
Yeah, but not only that, it's the fact that they're got off cryo sleep and immediately went about killing
Yeah, they-
around them. Their immediately thought wasn't like, "Oh, I want a shower." No, it's
He
kill.
woke up and chose violence.
Yes.
You guys literally woke up, chose violence.
Dave, I
Hello.
feel horrible for all the things that are still left on this map. Jeremy,
Just
quick, sync our musics and do the conga.
Ash, do your turn.
Get this over with.
Okay. Oh,
Do your turn. You checked up there. There's nothing up there. You checked down. There's nothing down.
gonna go back. I'm gonna go this way. I'm just gonna I kind of want to investigate 2 items. Can I do that in one turn? And then this hallway again.
To investigate where?
This main hallway, and then this room and this room. Can I do that all in one turn?
Okay, well, you already did the main hallway, so I'll just say you do the north and south airlocks, in one turn. Do you find nothing there? You don't have to roll investigation. It's like you just walk in and then it's open space. So you find nothing there, in either one, and the only places that you can suspect he went, is this way or whoops, I'm not doing that on the right layer. Oops, give me 1 second. You can only suspect he went this way or this way. Which, for viewers, that is forward into the navigation room or down to the, I guess, cannons? Yeah, cannons.
I feel
Hallway.
bad for the viewers who have to deal with listening to this.
To anyone who's going to be psychopath enough to animate this, because I feel like if this blows up and gets popular, someone's going to do it. Like, if, let's just say, 1,000 people
It's
do
gonna
this.
happen one day, and we're just gonna somehow wander across it on YouTube.
I'm
And
gonna
regret
applaud
our
them.
life choices. I'll go
Or
into
we're
the
just going to
navigation.
behead. Would also be nice.
I'm gonna ask the Marines if they've
taking
seen
little
anything.
clips and just making them animations.
So you walk into the navigation room and you ask all the Marines if they've seen anything. They just look back forward to each other. They look back and they just say no. We haven't seen anything unusual.
Then way then towards the cannons, the only other possible suspect. I don't have to do a certain amount, right?
Now you do.
Now I do.
Now you
Oh
do.
dear.
Quit rotating your character!
I'm trying not to.
Okay.
She's grabbing something blue above
Combat.
it.
Continue.
Combat.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're now in combat, so count your squares.
Wait,
How many squares can I do?
Oh,
Gabe,
fucking
on my end it glitched out and it sounded like you said, you are a wombat.
Wait.
Do 8 squares. I'm gonna do.
I swear to God. Continue.
I'm gonna walk forward until I can see into both until I can see into this first room, and I want to investigate that room basically.
So you